Of BYU's initial possession, they've moved it 40 yards so far. Algiers really been running well, and Algier has some room to the outside. Algier headed to the end zone, and did he get the pylon? He did. Touchdown BYU.
A year ago, they need to kind of step up and make some plays here.
Katoa's getting into the secondary. He's got a chance to go, and now each of the two BYU running backs have found the end zone, and they are in the stadium tonight. They're calling it 3rd and 2, but no problem for Algier, who already has one long touchdown run tonight.
Not just the backs, but again, the physical nature of the line.
Wilson zips it into Dax Mills. Looking for any kind of answer. And a couple guys stumble, and right out into the flat, it's Katoa, who's wide open, and he waltzes into the end zone. He has one running.
Let him push back and forth.
Wilson throwing it right on the money and going for the
Probably
pylon.
talk in the post game and just saying, hey, this is on me. This is my decision, and it's why we don't look prepared.
Well, Zach Wilson looks prepared. Wilson with a little tunnel. Romney has running room, and Romney going down the sideline, still on his feet, and Gunnar Romney will stroll into the end zone with another BYU touchdown.
And this energy, just like we see on TV, and he and his wife Betsy, just about a great 7 Army-Navy game. And those are the days where you didn't throw the ball very much. I mean, 15 passes was really opening it up. But they won that. I kind of knew the players, and they had a very good team with Cartwright and Taylor, Tom Daly, Terry Murray, Ballsy, and they beat Penn State at Penn State. They beat Michigan at Michigan. They beat Syracuse. They beat
practicing during the game, celebrating touchdowns tonight.
I was going to say he's had
quarterback, the third quarterback of the night to play, and McChesney, who had a touchdown in the last possession, is rumbling inside the 20.
He's still pretty young, although he's got a lot of starting experience. Zach Wilson, the junior from Draper, Utah, as BYU has it on offense for the first time officially, but there is a size mismatch up front, that's for sure. Handoff straight ahead, huge hole. Katoa, first down and more, still going. So after the punt, BYU takes over, and a wide open receiver left side.
Have their best team, Oklahoma, go down. That's not good.
Yeah, Kansas State lost to a Sun Belt team in their opener, and then they go to Norman. There's Algier. He was recruited by nobody. He came to Troy as a walk-on and has turned into literally one of the better defensive players, one of the best linebackers. On 4th down and got the touchdown in the first quarter. Pass fake on 1st down, going deep down the middle. Open receiver, caught for the touchdown. What a pass. Going to throw on 1st down. Wilson slings it out. He's got a receiver open, and the turn upfield by Gunnar Romney. There he goes, inside the 30, inside the. But here he is, 1st and 10. Wilson across the middle, another nice delivery.
Doesn't make sense to me.
I don't care how tall the kid is. I mean, he's just an amazing player. Wilson with a play fake. Going deep left side. He's got a man wide open, and the catch is made. That's Powell down the sideline. Neil Powell into the end zone. Touchdown. I say Powell. That's Dax Milne. 2nd and 5. Play fake across the middle. Nice delivery.
LSU talent, and he just carved them up.
And they were shorthanded, but DBU was not quite today.
Not to mention the COVID-19 issues.
Wilson throws. That pass is perfectly delivered. So there could be a possibility of trying to get Boise State, somebody like that, on the schedule. That pass thrown short, a broken tackle, and a nice gain inside the 20, inside the 50.
Playing games without students on campus.
Yep. Davis, nice move inside the 20, inside the 50.
About leading into this game. Week 1 was more about power. Week 2, they were airing it out. They have been a big play offense as well. There's Gunnar Romney, who changed directions and gets defense force the punt. Their offense on the move. Still early in this game. Wilson on the move. Will throw downfield, and that one is caught along the sideline. 1st and 10 Cougars under center again with the play fake. Wilson in the pocket. Throws over the top, and it is caught in the end zone.
What a throw.
Touchdown. Carter Wheat, the 3rd tight end.
A lot to do with his development and how he plays. When you can You build that.
Did you see this play from 2 weeks ago? I think we can do a version of that.
Yeah.
He sort of mimicked the enthusiasm in Zach Wilson's voice. He zips that one there to the pylon, and it's caught for a touchdown.
After further review, the receiver was out of bounds with the ball short of the goal line.
Among the cardboard cutouts, not just John Stockton, but the great Karl Malone, as BYU has first half. Shotgun snap for Zach Wilson. A lot of time, throws, and right there. Andre said they got those 2 timeouts still. Play fake. Toward the end zone. That's another knife right there for the touchdown.
It's hard to defend because of how he places the football. He gets it done with his legs. It's really been fun to watch.
How about his H-back hurdling a defender, breaking tackles on the move. Mason Wake, what a play. Well, I believe in him. Play fake, Wilson looking deep. He'll go deep and right in stride hits his man. I know you like this guy, but I can tell just listening to you how much you like Zach Wilson. There's Algier out in the open field, inside the 15, inside the 10, and finally.
I can tell you no.
Algier, straight ahead run with a huge hole, and now we get to see the speed of the big guy. Down the sidelines, Tyler Algier, touchdown.
After further review, the runner stepped out of bounds at the 31.
Neil Pau, first down BYU. Back to throw. That a back shoulder throw right there for Gunnar Romney along the sideline. Another first down inside.
Completion percentage, second in passer rating. And on first down, he goes out of the backfield to Gunnar Romney, who's got 3 straight 100.
Off balance, on platform, and with different arm angles.
24 out of 26 last week. 2 for 2 today. Dax Milne deep into UTS. In play now for BYU. Wilson gets rid of it quickly, and he's got Isaac Rex. Is 4 for 4 on the season. Still only 11 incompletions all year. And that's Carter Wheat, another tight end, a big number. Zach Wilson steps up, shovels it ahead. You said it earlier. They started back in the lineup at QB. This is Algier. That was dangerous. And he's a dangerous downhill runner. Cowboys, its best bet for the college football playoff, which was likely true before that game started. How about Algier? A moment ago, spent a lot of time in the SEC. He's the defensive coordinator for the Roadrunners. Wide open, Milne. Wilson at Corner Canyon, which is now the preeminent power in the state of Utah. Used to be Bingham. Downfield, Gunnar Romney makes the catch. And if he got away.
Good football team.
There's pressure. Wilson off his back foot. Wants Milne. Who else? 55. Wilson tosses to Algier. Full head of steam. Here he comes. And Tyler Algier all the way down to the.
You got here just in time. Dax Milne down the sideline from Zach Wilson.
In terms of the completion percentage, how are you so accurate?
He's on target right there very quickly.
Going down on it.
Wilson scanning. Wilson will run. He's got 6 rushing touchdowns as well. And he veers across the line to gain and then some. And his father actually watched some tape this morning. And by the way, Zach Wilson even has some swag on his slide as they'll flip it back to Wilson. He loads up down the sideline.
And a playoff run.
I can hear the fierce in your voice like you were just playing him right now, which is pretty awesome, as Algier's got a first down and then some.
Work on his game when he could be hanging around, you know, with his roommates doing who knows what. It's been a long time.
Zach Wilson, your serve. First down.
Haven't been able to stop the U of H from moving the football.
Wilson under pressure coming from Logan Hall. He goes to the sideline, and he's got the big guy with the hurdle again. Chris, thank you. So without Romney, Wilson to Dax Milne. And
excellent field position to start this drive.
Under 5 to go, Wilson decisively up the middle. First down and more for Zach Wilson. What a start to our college football weekend on Friday night. Some big games tomorrow as Wilson throws, and he's got a first down all the way down.
Screen or draw.
Oh, Wilson is going to uncork for the end zone, and he drops it in beautifully. And it is his roommate, Dax Milne, on the touchdown.
Last year, he was just a guy. Not this year.
Wilson, that one is right there again.
Right at his face.
Yeah, so it can be hard to gauge because of the level of competition. But he is playing it quite as good in that area as they would like. From under center, Wilson play fake. He's going to throw it over the top. Nice delivery there for the catch and the run. Mason Wake, first down and more. The H-back tight end. They are going for it on 4th and 3. A little sprint left, and then the throw down the field. He's got his man open. Caught for a touchdown.
Because they run the ball too much.
Yeah, the apples dropped off the tree. Sorry, you're not there anymore. Zach Wilson for the first down and a broken tackle. Nice. Secondary, they are so thin in the back end. Pitch back from Milne, and now a throw to Wilson, the quarterback, who makes a move, cutting it in.
Let your linemen do their work.
Gain of 14, relatively quick tempo. Wilson throws across the middle. That's between Salt Lake City and Provo, close by. Wilson throws, and he hits his man in stride. Powell. BYU gets lined up as fast as they can. Now 34, Wilson going deep. Wilson toward the end zone, and it is caught! Milne, touchdown! Take a bow.
You're not going to get an independent and a group of 5 leader.
Wilson shuffles, and right to the goal line. It's caught. Yes! Touchdown, Isaac Rex. Using the full playbook. Throwing the ball. Romney across the middle. They set that up nicely. And Katoa with a good cut. 4th and 1. And they're faking the punt. Good grief. The fake punt up 49-14. Look at him go. He takes a big hit at the end of it.
And you can see it each and every snap.
And they will work out of the pistol, and first play of the game, a throw and a completion to Dax Milne. They need a 3rd down conversion here, 3rd and 7 against the 4-man pressure. The deep ball, the diving grab inside the 5. 2 tight ends to the left side, the pitch, and they'll run it that way with Algier. No problem getting the first down. And the cutback at the 23-yard line of Western Kentucky. Wilson out of the gun with time, rifles it down the middle, and it's caught for a touchdown, Dax Milne.
Got to find a way to keep that coverage on.
Algier looking impatient through the hole, waiting for his blocks. He's got.
But it also puts pressure on the defense. That time they got the penalty.
On first down, out of the backfield, Katoa wide open. The cutback inside the 20, the 10, the 5, and he weaves his way into the end zone.
7 yards, kind of wearing this secondary out. That is a frustration foul and a costly one for Western Kentucky.
And that allows BYU to keep the football and Wilson to run across midfield for another first down.
Inches shy of a first down. And into Tyler Algier. Algier has it up and has a hole. Algier is on his way. He's pounding the blue, and he's headed for Pater all the way for a score, 86 yards. Yeah, for the Cougars. Wilson from the end zone. Deep long pass. What a throw. And 2nd and 3. First down. Katoa slams down. Fact. In pocket. Fastball caught over the middle at the 3rd. 106 seconds to play the first half. Wilson's going to have one shot here. He floats it. And off the field if you're Boise. Wilson rolls, feels the pressure, deep heave, and what a catch made shy of the 40.
I've never heard of that.
Got the left microphone on there. Wilson to the 5, inside the 5.
Kalani Sitake's career in life.
Wilson on play action, deep strike to the sideline, and that catch is made. Milne in motion. Rex has his This one's becoming a laugher on the blue. Boise State countered with nearly an 8-minute drive that was capped out by a field goal. Their only points tonight. Wilson wide open. Pau. Katoa with the carry. Katoa is on his way for another BYU touchdown.
Pieces of all those great men.
A play action. Caught in traffic inside. Wilson has all night directed some traffic, even it deep to the end zone, but shy of the end zone. Gunnar Romney had to come back.
Trouble focusing in practice because you knew there was something on the line every play in every game from that point forward.
Zach wants a home run on first down. He's got it to Romney. Over the middle. There's his tight end, Isaac Rex.
Or is there a really good opponent that they could play that even move him up higher?
As for the here and now, Wilson gets out of the pocket and takes off with green grass in front of him, out to the 40.
Phenomenal route runner.
Wilson over the middle, wide open. There's Milne again, second down and 10. This is Algier with some room up the middle. And Tyler bangs his way to the first play of the second quarter. Down the sideline and
college football, likely high draft pick.
Back to Algier, blocks around the corner, and he's got room in front of him. Cuts back inside. And finally,
136 yards and 2 touchdowns already.
Now Wilson looking for a touchdown to the end zone. And it is Neil Pau, touchdown.
2 minute or 1 minute and 37 offense.
Zach looking around, has all day. Now goes deep for Milne. Dax has got it all the way down to the 17. Pressure comes. Zach flips it to Fanua. And Kavika is into the end zone. Touchdown. 22 yards. Romney with all kinds of time. Waits for his man. Throws for Waite. And Waite's inside the 20.
Ball goes because home court advantage in basketball is a huge thing.
There goes Fanua.
Pretty good next year.
Here's Davis with a little daylight up the middle.
Right but Kalani Sitake told us at halftime, look, I want to get as many guys as I can on the field. There's a handoff to Miles Davis, who breaks free, and he's into the end zone. Miles Davis with some electric.
Algier lines up off his right shoulder. They got the tight end Rex, and it's a slot receiver. First down and more. BYU, second quarter. Let's see how the Cougars respond, and that's a good start. Powell has the catch, and the BYU is so multiple offensively, aren't they? Here's Algier, a huge hole up the middle, and Algier sprinting to the end zone. It's a 42-yard touchdown.
Quarterbacks, not just the great ones in the NFL. He watches all the quarterbacks in college football, too. He always feels like he can learn something.
BYU on the move ahead to the 41-yard line. Wilson lets it go, and he's got his man again on the left sideline. The Cougars on the move as Milne goes down the sideline. Touchdown, Brigham Young. Third down back on the 26-yard line. Wilson, the roll to the right, throws back across his body and connects. That'll be enough for the first down. Out of the penalize Gunter for that at the end of the second quarter. Wilson to the air, fires to the 25-yard line. Powell with the catch. They're coming with a blitz. Haven't seen a lot of that tonight. Algier the carry, and he bursts free. Ahead of the third down and 8. They rush 3 and drop 8. Wilson lets it go. A sliding attempt. That's a catch.
Running out of time.
Wilson out of the end zone. It's caught for the first down at the 4. From the 46. Wilson over the middle.
Now you got a spike. That's ready to knock it down.
Last chance for the Cougars. Milne the catch. Wrestled down on the 2.
It's an offense anxious, too, to make amends for last week when they hardly had the football. And they'll catch an Aztec defense, top 10 in the country. In just about every statistical category. Powell down to the 10. They'll try it up the middle, and they've got the first down. Katoa with the burst. inside the 10 and down to the 1 yard line.
With no timeouts for BYU, you tackle a guy and let the clock run.
First and 10, Wilson on the rollout.
So Carolina did a week ago.
No trouble for BYU. Wilson able to make something out of it and a first down. Katoa out. Blitz is coming. Wilson beats it on the slant. That would be big for the Trojans as Zach Wilson slings it down the far sideline and caught. Wilson into the end zone, and it is hauled in for the touchdown. Isaac Rex laying out for the score.
Handoff to Algier off the left side. Big hole. First down and more out of
to
the
his side. His offensive line has been really good so far this year.
Quick throw. Algier down the sideline. Can anybody stop him? He cuts it back. Aaron Robinson. Two outstanding players not with the team. And here goes Wilson. He's to the 10. To the 5. Stretching it for the goal line. Give him 6. Not on the back end. They'll split Algier out. Coming near side with a pass is caught by Pau.
A huge task tonight with this offense.
The razzle-dazzle back to Wilson. Going deep. Pass is caught. Touchdown. Isaac Rex. Receiving needed 150 did Dak for the single season record at BYU. Wilson over the middle throws it. Come back. They have that free year to go if they want to go next year. Flag down. Long run.
You think about all the preparation that goes into the game.
Some more razzle-dazzle from the Cougars. Back to Wilson.
They said it was about 32 degrees, and so getting out there in that warm water was awesome.
Speaking of warm waters, they're enjoying the warm. UCF bringing some heat. BYU picks it up. 3,500 at BYU this season. And he just picked it up and then some. Not only does he have 3,500 passing yards this year, you can give him another touchdown pass.
The same plays, and they're just finding ways to get to him.
Wilson steps up, throws a little off balance, lofts it up. What a catch on the near side. Oh my goodness. Opini Katoa.
It worked as well.
Wilson will throw. That arm strength lays it right in there. Powell with the touchdown catch. 35 yards and handoff right side. Big hole. Algier to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown. BYU.
Dax is at the top of your screen.
Dax Milne, first down.
Can be physical at times, but he's going to be a household name here soon. Keep playing.
Zayas, he stepped in and said, hey guys, come on, this is not what we're here for. We still have to be together on this.
Not together. Third down and 10. Wilson throws, and the pass is caught. BYU will have it first and goal. Reception made by Dax Milne.